Okay then, so when last we left off, we realised Titus Hardy and the Hardy Boys are hardly telling the truth. Hey, I'm so good. No, okay. So the sexual assault isn't a sexual assault, and in immediate to having that pointed out to him, he's suddenly backpedaled like mad and has thrown a tape at us. My ribs being what they were, I had to stop before playing that tape. So we are going to start it. What do you mean, no? Immediately we're going to go this. Here. And I believe we're the Android. So we have the Door Gunnery Mega Mix. Magnetic tape acquired from Titus Hardy, supposed to totally recruit. Cyrus. Magnetic tape acquired from Titus Hardy. It supposedly holds a recording of the Mercenary Task Force radio communications recorded via a decryption station. Not a good omen.
The portal reel is just what you needed. The reels attach to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader.
I'm going to say this now. If this is what it could be, this could be disturbing, so... Sit down and strap in, we're starting the shit early.
You push, command set, and the tape starts spinning. Violent static and machine sounds fill the air.
This isn't Revachon. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
That could be our man on the tree.
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalson crane.
Okay.
He's right.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too.
So far, so grunt.
Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally.
Would that be a fault on the tape, or is that something that Hardy's done?
I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style.
That's just talking about it, that's not doing it.
Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
Was that it?
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arete on your portal reel. The tape stops spinning.
What's that at the end? Silence?
End of recording.
What do you think?
It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls.
I agree, but he also sounds inebriated.
Still.
Lieutenant looks at the tape. You're familiar with his look now. It is looking suspicion.
There's more going on here than we know.
So who is this Corty?
Corty could be short for Cortenard, one of the other mercenaries, the one he was talking to. Probably the mountain at the harbor gates. Mr. Right to Work.
Yeah, we came on that one. Kohoi?
A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about.
Yeah.
The South Safre conflict is an ongoing proxy war between Grad and Safre. It has been hot for 12 years, with the atrocities piling on, mostly committed by the Grad.
I mean, yeah. You can draw your own barrels on that one. Do you think it was that?
Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. We would need to know the story of this man's service.
That involves showing them to someone.
A symbol of Soldier of the Apocalypse style conduct in a civil environment.
What now then?
I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree.
As you take out the tape, the boombox tunes itself back to the cheery radio again, spewing out beats like it's a Friday night.
I don't think it's Friday. Right, so... That could be Postman, actually. Sorry, guys. My doggies like to say hello to people. It's what they do. They say hello. Right, so we need to go back up stars. day karaoke machine. One day. To me, that just sounds like grunt crap. Like that's like, it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this and do that. It's masculine posturing. If that makes sense. I don't think there's anything to that. And as I said, or as I said to Harry then, I think he sounded drunk, which might happen. I mean, we still have the broken window there. So I don't think we're quite as right to dismiss that there could have been something. Because that window was broken. And that window could have been broken in the fight. If there was one. Oy vey. Right.
Hello, officer. What brings you up here again?
Tide gave us a recording where the deceased states his intention to commit.
She puts her coffee cup down with a soft ring as the porcelain meets the metal table.
Snow, perfect timing.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me.
She doesn't care. If anything, she sounds amused.
On the tape, he specifically identifies you as the target.
Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
Exact words to use.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line. Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style?
Kohoi was mentioned.
He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
Why say things like that? Machismo?
Yes, was he bragging?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. Then integrated them into his idea of normalcy. To keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his, what's the word I'm looking for?
Identity? Ego?
She's quite observant about the human character. Trained to observe, even.
Persona?
Running joke.
Okay.
I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that. He was like the Seminese conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezut all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
And you spend time with this person romantically?
We're all scraping up any happiness we can find, officer. Going around with our little scouring sticks. You, your first love, Mr. Kohoi here.
I mean, that's a low blow, but sure.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? He and Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be.
What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details. She seems okay to talk about it.
Yeah, we're logical.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
Now that you've had some time, can you tell us more about the victim?
Like, for example, his name?
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely.
That checks!
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use.
Nom de guerre, yeah.
Lelystad. That's a good start. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations, recorded neatly in blue ink.
I'm with you, Kim.
Everything left to be clarified is in the column on the left.
Where's Lelystad? The place, I mean.
In Oranje, officer. It's, I think municipality is the term. A nowhere town there.
Ah, fine.
The Lelystad municipality has few boroughs and even fewer cities. It's made of agricultural plots near the border of Gottwald. Executive summary: cows, silos, and wheat.
Question, where's this money coming from, by the way? I just want to know.
Oranje? Oranje's map of waterways? This fits with his tattoo.
Yep.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
Moving on.
Her eyes follow yours on the piece of paper.
Would you reckon you know how old he was?
He was 42.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no. We even celebrated his birthday, like, some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me.
Are you sure you remember it for the nap?
Looks like you were right, officer.
It's okay, Kim, it's okay.
Points aren't good. Have one, you old dog, before we all die.
Let's not mention it.
The young woman looks at you, then the lieutenant,
Because he could
then you.
he could just be updating his record. Anyway, eye colour?
Blue. Light blue. They were like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face.
No, this one I'd back off, because she's getting a little emotional there, but yeah, carry on.
Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth.
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes.
She seems to enjoy describing him this way.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can remember.
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made it oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone.
Let's get to the rest.
The young woman nods.
He had a tattoo. Do you happen to know what it meant?
Oh, that.
Orne's map of the waterways?
Sure, waterways. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though.
How so?
How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason.
Some reason.
He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them. Maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?"
She points at the air with a sharp-nailed finger, picking out Marjorie's tattoo star.
And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's this, baby?" And he's like, "Saw some bat shit there. Killed some loincloths."
I'm more of a fan of killing t-shirts myself, but sure.
And so it goes. Star after star, port after port, third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them.
I know the feeling. I look at my Twitter timeline recently and I was like, ugh. Anyway, were you the woman in this?
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell us more precisely what these mean? Oh, I don't want to press this button.
No, thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
Good girl. She pauses up some more coffee, though.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Oranje needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer. For money.
That checks.
He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people on the Semenine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself.
Not a very fun story.
It is when you're high.
Yes.
It can be very exciting then. You have the tools to deal with it. It's not a very nice story to remember when you're sober.
She smiles faintly.
A change of topic?
I am not pressing for. We ordered a toxicology report. Any idea of what that will show us?
A real rainbow splattering of pharmaceuticals, I bet.
Grinning.
Barbiturates, amphetamine, sildenafil. How much does the toxicology report cost the police of Revachol? I can do it for half of that. Save you some money, make some myself.
It's quite expensive, miss. But we'll manage without your help for now.
I think we're done with this line of questioning.
All right.
Lieutenant puts the slip back in his notes and observes the young woman for a moment.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
I know it's a white check, but I mean... I'm going to check my volition. Oh, hello.
Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42?
That's what she said, yeah.
Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of mortality. He was 42 years old?
Brain, where is this going?
How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder? You could ask either one of them.
Miss, how old do you think I am?
Huh. How old do I think you are?
She's buying time to formulate the best answer.
I don't know. 40? I was like 9 when OO peaked. That was what, 19 years ago? I liked them when I was 9. You couldn't have liked it when you were 40. Let's say you were 20-something. 25. A good disco age. 25 plus 19 is 44. I'm gonna say you're 44.
Wow.
You think so?
Look, at the end of the day, age is just a number, you know?
Yes, miss,
Oh.
but for him that number is 56.
Kim! I'm not even going to say fuck you, Kim, on that one. Legend! Saw the door, went straight through it.
Wait. This requires scientific measurements.
Go on.
To the laboratorium.
Oh, damn it, Kim.
Yes?
You know. We're absolutely doing that one. So, volition is what I wanted to check. Yes, I can level it up. So, but before then, let's just go through the clothes and min-max the memes out of this. So... I'm so glad that does not do that. That Clint noise. I hear that noise in my sleep. Also, can I get an oof for the fact that I'm going to be asking this question in the armor of a dead boyfriend? Minus logic, that's what I need right now. No. Right, well that's gonna help at least. So.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
17%, it's better than a fucking 8.
She looks back.
Yeah.
Time moves slowly. The triangles of her face rearranging into a weary smile. Don't worry. We will protect you from her beauty. We will consult you through the reefs and sounds of her persona. We will see through deceits. You are shielded. You are wise. You are advised. There are muscles on long white bones that line her limbs, just below the silver jumpsuit. Miss Araignée Disco Dancer, you want to put your hand on her back and feel it arch.
Oh no, what is happening?
Nothing, just time passing. Don't worry. Anything out of the ordinary and you would be notified. Air moves in your windpipe. Your heart beats. You're a detective. Get back to detecting.
Yeah. Nope.
The strange moment ends. It was brief, no longer than 2.2 seconds.
Nay, farm. So we're gonna eat that into evolution. Go here. I believe I already have one of these unlocked. Oh, there's one. So, your face looks like it's 58, your body feels like it's 60. Your mind feels like it's lived for 1 day or 100, both longer than they ought to be, the day and a century. But for how long then has this thing attached to your sentience walked the planet's crust? Don't start racking your brains, Elder One. And where were you born? Oh my god, that picture. Right, so let's go give Titus Hardy the bad news. Something that you would have known if you'd listened to any of... Even his own men speaking. How many of them have gone to someone who is standing by the room? I think she's called that. Anyway, the girl that's hired as their legal advisor? That's a charitable way of putting it, I guess. That person. How many of them have talked about doing stuff to her whilst we're sat there? Yeah? How many of them have talked about her breasts, for instance? It's pondering. It's, you know, it's like me just turning out round and saying I'm going to turn Kim into a shish kebab, you know? Just because I say it doesn't mean I did it. So, let's play with the boys again.
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now?
Oh, you're a broken man, sir. It's going to get worse. So, talk to Classy about the cape.
And?
Nothing. She sounds what she said.
That fucking fucker. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape.
That fucker wasn't aimed at you. It was at her.
Gold? It's just locker room talk. There's no evidence.
Locker room talk. What are you, fucking brain dead? I've been to plenty of locker rooms. They don't plan rapes there.
That was planning?
What did she have to say then? Fine by her? This is what people are supposed to be like? Fucking whoop-de-doo.
Didn't come as a surprise to her. She definitely wasn't scared.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
Funny? No good goddamn psycho whore.
Seems like they wanted to give Claudia a second chance to play along. She still didn't.
Alright. All fucking righty then. I guess it's good then. That fucking...
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus.
This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawmen?
Titus rubs his chin with his palm and trying to grind it smooth.
You don't have to say everything out loud. Just mix and match.
I think you had a lie plan, but you didn't play along.
I ask for your opinion, not a bedtime story. Tell it to your grandma.
Today was the last chance for her to do what was planned.
But she didn't. She knows she can't lie to us, unlike you.
Fantastic. So now you remember how to do your job. I'm so sick of this piss. We should get something harder in here.
Yeah, guys. We should get a party going tonight.
Why?
Maybe not then.
Success. They admitted to unlawful collaboration to derail the investigation.
Be straight with me, Titus. What really happened?
I already told you. We fucking hanged him.
The man is slowing down. Looks like a bad blood sugar crash. He can't keep track of all the variables anymore. Who could? It's getting harder and harder to perform one's part in this sordid play. All it takes is a nudge.
Come on, Titus. The stakes are too high here. There will be blood on the streets. The tribunal, remember? I know you're tired. Why don't you just...
Kid going for the
You
jugular.
know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you, them, and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said, "Fuck off!"
Throws his bear down, yep.
That lying scamming. We're done. This is over. You understand? Your little investigation is over.
Baby throwing his toys at the pram. Bring it, fucker.
Yeah.
Silence in the room, and it's says something that thinks it best not to.
On the floor, beer drips out of the can into a small puddle. No
Yeah.
one does anything about it.
Here's the problem with a pack. They're only as strong as their leader. Once its leader's been dropped, the rest will follow.
What is this quiet funeral shit? All we need is some beers in us.
Looks around.
Bartender, 20 beers for the Dock Workers Union.
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough.
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager.
Convince Titus he's being manipulated.
Yeah.
You should know by now. Titus Hardy will never falter. But you know someone who might.
What is boys will?
Fat Angus, the powerful guy. Mr. All Muscle. The time has come. Put him in the pressure cooker. Just remember, it's about more than Glasia. It's about these men and Martinez. Their district. Their responsibility.
Well, that's it then. We going home, Kim?
Huh?
He'll get it. Go on.
Write it down, Kim. In Martinez, they just kill you because they don't like you.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because...
All because you work for the wrong people.
Goddamn right. This is Union Town. You work for the company, we will kill you.
Fuck, Dennis. We don't kill you if you work for the company. Half the harbor works for the company.
work for the wrong company, and they execute you.
They'll just club you from behind, string you up, and go back to drinking.
It wasn't that. It wasn't... We didn't hit him, okay?
That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out. Now go in for the...
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
The old man reaches for his belt, but his voice remains strangely calm.
Firearm. A Glass 08 or a 38 caliber pistol. Either is small enough for you to have missed. He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do. Steel yourself. Push on. Just ignore Theo.
Kim.
The lieutenant has put down his notebook. His hand is resting on his holster. He gives you an imperceptible nod.
He's ready for it, right.
What? What does that mean?
He's got my back.
Go for it. The lieutenant has his eyes set on the fat guy. Push Angus. We're almost there.
Still going to stand Angus. Or what? You're going to kill me like you killed him for no reason?
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when...
Damn! Stories of Tremas.
Shut up, Angus!
So he was dead before you hanged him?
Fatty! Say one more thing to the cops and I'll...
So he just smacked him, okay.
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control.
No, you don't. So, that's a bingo. They didn't do it.
Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying.
I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked. I'm sorry.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. I told you just give her up.
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
She walks off looking back. So Everard's plan has fallen. The Hardy Boys have been completely destroyed. So what we know is now completely gone. They didn't do it. I thought so. I was thinking, there's got to be a reason. Because there was no, as I said, there's no noise for it. They just strung him up like nothing.
You're in. He's all yours. Questions?
So how much you guys fight?
Me too.
The lieutenant gives a smile only you can see.
So you didn't kill him then? He was already dead.
He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death. What was it?
We're not sure. Probably a bullet. The wound was difficult to see.
The coroner and his assistant are wrapped in blue. Hands covered in blue gloves. Mouths covered by blue masks. Bodies by blue aprons. The coroner wipes his brow, scalpel still in his hand. Get the light. Shine it in his mouth. He tells his assistant. The coroner squats to better see the light illumines the darkness inside. Well, shit. Can't blame them for missing that. Get the saw, Alan. This just got fun.
I'd like to point out, I think we could have seen it. I think if we hadn't, I think there was a red check. I may double check that, but I think we could have found that out. So, difficult to see. Why?
Because the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
Girls plural? There's another girl? 2 of them? Take note of this. They'll probably say more about her later.
So there's multiple girls.
Did she kill him?
I think yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't.
Alright, so what happened then?
Classier came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know? Not in a fun way. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died.
How'd you know?
I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario. Only in reverse.
Good analogy, boss.
I agree with the rat. That's if that's accurate, that's not bad.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench. And you keep taking it easy too, Angus.
So what happened after this, son?
We went upstairs. Sure as day the Merc was dead. There was a bullet hole through the window.
Thank you.
Fucking dirty sheets and bottles everywhere.
Knew that window was on a red herring.
He means they'd been fucking?
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hanged.
So Tibbs is the 8 Hardy?
Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business.
So if Clausy didn't kill him, why the cover up?
You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own.
Didn't notice anything. What kind of shit are we talking about here?
They can't show up on police radar kind. There are people after her. From the old world. Where she came from.
Who are they?
They're powerful. Connected to the moral intern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your systems, she'd be ghosted away.
I think she mentioned that.
That's all he knows.
Yep.
That's all she's told him.
And why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder?
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing.
So, have you got any ideas who killed the Nook then?
Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere. So that's a clue.
What were you thinking?
I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers or his.
So why were you willing to swing for him? This is the thing I don't understand. He sounds like an asshole, and all of this would have come out in the wash. He's not protecting the girl by lying to them. If anything, it's making it worse, because she could be implicated in it.
Hers, you mean?
Yeah.
I mean the people after Klausya. Maybe the shot missed. Maybe it was meant for her.
Yeah, I can play with that.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
Any ideas about his past?
My dude. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns, training, years of bad blood, probably. Or it could have been someone else from Crenell.
What's the thing? I'd like to point out that this is someone who, when we turned around and mentioned, yeah, they have automatic weapons that reload in minutes. They could kill 40 of you for every one of them. He got rocked by it. So we've told him that. Then again, he also already knew. So, his bravado's done. This guy's done.
Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do. If I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you.
You started it.
He's calm now, threw all that turmoil away, and became himself again.
Whose idea was to hang him anyway? Hers?
In a manner of speaking.
Remember the two girls? He may be talking about the other one.
Earlier you said girls asks for your help. Would you like to tell me about this other one?
That's right. It was her idea to hang him. I liked it for political reasons. It sent a good message.
It's her, isn't it? The missing 8th Hardy. That's the other girl.
The big guy turns to Glenn, who's about to say something. The blonde shuts his mouth before a word escapes.
Thank you.
I'll say it again. All the Hardy Boys are right here, cop. That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her, anyway.
You know it's okay for there to be a Hardy girl, Titus.
We're Hardy Boys. And that's it.
Sure, but can you tell me anything about this affiliate? Name? Current location?
Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Klasia you want to talk to.
Fine. I'll go talk to her for the last time.
You do that. Hey, cop. Before you go, Klasia, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now, she refused that protection.
But you would still prefer if we didn't take her away.
That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers.
We'll take that into account.
Lieutenant slides his notebook into his coat pocket, and then he turns to leave. Proud to go street minus a diploma. Same, aren't we all? Did I say it? I think I said it. I think there's more to it than just stringing the body up. Because I think when we were doing the calculus breakdown of the scene, I think I mentioned at the time, if he was unconscious before they strung him up, why string him up, you know? I mean, at that point, you're making a statement. You're not killing somebody, but yeah, I suppose that's it, isn't it? It's the one thing that people tend to forget about murder. Killing people is easy. Getting rid of the body is not. Alrighty. Let's have the wagwat of tongage to our friend here. Maybe get that volition another shot.
It's always good to see you.
Hardy Boys have she got smiling, but Hardy Boys have told us what really happened.
I understand.
She puts the coffee mug down on the table.
Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight.
You don't look surprised. You were expecting this.
I knew there was a chance you'd get them to tell you. It's what you do. You're the police. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for wasting your time.
This is good. Clear the air first,
yeah,
between you two. Then move on to questions. Is it? Something is off here. Shush, I can't hear what she's saying. Let the miss speak. She's tall and thin and tired. A twig trying so hard not to break.
If you knew we would find out eventually, why did you waste our time?
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Out of the shit I'd gotten into.
Fine.
I am not. There is more here, miss.
You're right. There's more.
More?
You answer to the coalition government. And by extension, the moral intern.
Please ready a cigarette.
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again. A grand expanse of water reaches over the bay and to the horizon, grey and pale violet in the morning light.
What lies beyond it?
The pale, the Muindi Isola, the Occident, and then Oranje, the old world.
Is that why you're looking over your shoulder? You're afraid of the Whirling-In?
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts.
What's going on? What happened?
Just business. But bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will...
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me.
Actually, this murder did have a little to do with her.
What did you do to have these people after you?
It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Revachol, or even in Oranje.
What exactly did you do?
Industrial espionage.
Okay.
I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again.
Wait! The politician! The fucking politician! That's across the street, isn't it? Oh! Oh, I'm gonna have words with that sunshine.
With a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers. 2 decades worth of accounting.
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you.
That's no book.
The job was Lou's-Duin County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lou-Scott conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company.
Wait! We would know them.
As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too. Along with Lou Scop and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive.
Lowe's cap. These people engineer financial disasters in second world countries. The conglomerate also includes the Bank of Consecration, Airbird, and the popular Papalolo line of dairy products.
That is a lot of shit you've gotten yourself into.
It is. Many people lost their jobs. Not just C-suite. Ordinary people. What I did to get to accounting...
She shakes her head at that thought.
A lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder.
I mean, yeah. What happened there? The night of the night.
We were there. Together. In bed, I mean.
I need details, I'm afraid.
Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me.
Ah!
I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see. I could...
A great pain moves through her, a dark and indefinite wave. She continues in spite of it.
I knew he was dead, before he fell down on top of me.
You don't have to continue if you don't want to.
No, I want to. Let's get this done.
It's okay. Tell us as much as you're comfortable with.
He waits for her to continue. Kim's on me there. It's like, yeah, this is actually troubling her.
He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs.
It's a long pause. She just stands there, her arms at her sides.
I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came.
There's a joke I could say here, but I won't.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
She's definitely not making this up. So this has happened to you?
So am I.
Tonight's down. Let's take over the essential fingers.
She throws it away and immediately proceeds to light another one.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time.
Yeah,
Around midnight.
it's the politician.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking.
It's a politician or it's somebody in the Doom sector.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off, much more than usual.
Dennis said you looked pretty high.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No,
What'd you do then?
nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot, just a little.
It seems strange for a small caliber wound, maybe?
He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore, so I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there.
What happened to you after you went downstairs?
Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong.
Do I know a Ruby already? Brian should fill me in if I do. Was there a Ruby down at the... Could be the church, maybe. I've been there.
Ruby?
Before we continue, who's Ruby?
Ruby. You know, the leader.
The leader? Of what?
The Hardy Boys.
She says it as self-evident. I thought Hardy was the leader of the Hardy Boys.
Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer.
Ah, that explains a lot. Yeah, that definitely explains a lot. Titus, you fuck. Alright, let's go on then.
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright.
Okay.
To mislead you, they were tampering with the body.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this, 20 minutes after death?
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does.
Drains the bottom of the feet, yeah. She looks at the ground and then raises up her light brown eyes to meet yours. So what'd you do then?
Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do.
What did you
Make it
do while
look
they
like
were...
a hanging.
Sorry.
Ruby said they would.
What did you do while you were waiting for hanging him? Sorry. What did you do while they were hanging him?
Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low or something. So I did.
This, Ruby... Where is she now?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
Right.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys.
Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did? Look into this later.
When it happened, did you hear a shot?
When he was shot? I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding.
Silence plus distance, probably.
The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot.
Yeah, it's alright. Did you kill him?
What? Why would I put myself through this? Insanity. Get myself cornered like this. He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know that. but I would never hurt him.
He was a serviceman. He must have had a gun. Somewhere, lying around, close to her hand. Now, you guys suddenly have theories pouring out, when they're obviously just stabs in the dark.
It's okay if he's in self-defense.
I did not kill him to defend myself from rape. I told you before. That wasn't what happened.
True, sire. 'Tis true.
He must have had a weapon nearby.
No. I specifically asked him not to carry firearms when he was with me. He only had his stupid armor.
Okay. No, I might say this to see if we can get some more out of the fact of this sort. Downstairs people have this crazy idea that you killed him.
I'm sad to hear that. They must have said it in some fit of frustration or under pressure. They couldn't have meant it. I've talked to them after it happened. No one has implicated me.
Okay, I'd like to answer some other questions.
Like what?
Could the people after you have killed him?
That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break.
And?
I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone.
Should I take a cigarette?
So they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me.
Probably didn't.
Or I don't know anything anymore. All I do is wait here.
She looks at the table.
We can't go after Loose Cap. Not yet. There are other, saner leads.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there.
Why did you call the cops if you're hiding?
Because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Which is an indicator of truth. Idiot. She's nothing of the sort.
I don't think so. Why did you do it?
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him.
Her jaw is clenched. Her throat moves. It takes all her strength not to cave in and sob. Once. Just one time.
He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud. Thud. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Ravishol.
She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not have been a lie. That is impossible.
When was the window changed?
Last week. Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it.
Tracks.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there.
The bedroom side?
Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye.
I think we're done here for now.
She nods, silently. She doesn't even smoke. Just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands.
Lieutenant glances you in the door.
He's thinking, are we done here? Or maybe you should take her to the station for safekeeping. She lied to you, and she's a flight risk. No, that won't be necessary. Just leave her alone. She's been through enough. She doesn't need this police brutality. Multiface, I'm beginning to doubt your judgment. Are you sure you're not sleeping on the post? You have to wake this one up with force if you want to continue pushing her.
Let's see if I can raise my armor. If I can't get it above, I can't get it above 50%, then I'll push Hardy and come back. You're gonna make me wear it.
You finally made it, haven't you? People point fingers at you and whisper to each other when you pass by,
What?
wondering to themselves, where did that man get such a cool jacket? Did he receive it upon graduating the École Normale Supérieure de Badasserie? Is he dangerous?
Yeah, I'm doing this myself. What am I doing? This is insane.
Oh no, believe me, it will be everyone else who's uncomfortable with it. You're safe. No one dares say a word unless they're, like, from your station and coming to judge you. But what are the chances of that happening?
Officer, it's a fine day for questions.
Who? What? Dear God, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover and lied to everyone. She's not candid at all. She's smoke and mirrors and will-o-wisps. She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she? Arrest her immediately before she further entangles you in her web of lies.
Kim, why have we not arrested her yet?
There may be grounds here, at least for an extended detention.
A little whimper. The young woman hears you. She's looking around.
Devil woman.
What?
Her nails tap the steel railing nerve state. The sound of cold metal ringing in the wind. I think I'm going to regret this one.
Her hand trembles. She's only pretending she didn't hear you say, devil woman.
Let's change the subject for the time being.
She slowly lights another cigarette and steadies her breath, as if in the presence of some tiger. You are. This is not the end of this.
I'm taking this off before I get my nose steps. I mean, the game's probably just done a check there. It's like, oh, you've already been seen wearing it. It's like, oh, we can't check it. Right then. Before we go back to the Hardy Boys, let's see if we can recreate the scene now.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden haze. A vague sense of disappointment fills you.
What?
The glass shimmers.
That
as
was
if
80!
taunting with its secrets.
Tell me again, Kim, what are we looking for here? Ballistics?
I'm not exactly sure either, to be honest. My imagination has a way of failing me. It's a weakness.
He admits after a pause, starting in the direction of the stairs, so that's visual calculus. But I have a level up. So we can immediately retry that.
This window is pristine. Golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed.
What was this name?
Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th and a shot has just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth. A ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain.
Where does it come from?
From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back.
So look at the ghost figures.
The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization.
Let's have a look at point A, the roof.
The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points.
Shouldn't there be gun residue outside?
There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind washed it away. This was more than a week ago.
Somewhat. 80% sure that the roof's where the shot came from?
72%. With a weapon that's good for medium range, like a rifle or sports pistol. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing, or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them one shot. The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium. A well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside, in the darkness. Too busy with their own bodies.
Could the shot come from inside the room? Close to point?
Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, Detective.
Are there any arguments against A prime the roof?
None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any.
Could there have been a one of origin? That were away?
That's a 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez?
Do it.
According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime.
More precisely?
B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the islet, Detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on.
Okay, so let's try for the boardwalk.
700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account.
Granted, I've only played Sniper Elite, I can do that, but yeah, I've not held a real rifle, so yeah, video gamer talking real gun logic, but we have potential targets who could do that. The militia guys. What's to say Big Boy couldn't know how to hunt his way around a rifle, or the other woman. What about Land's End?
1.2 kilometers away. The least likely of these positions. Let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it. Possibly from a tent. No, too far-fetched.
Yeah, we're talking legendary status there. What about the islet?
1 kilometer away. An unlikely point of origin. Beyond the docks somewhere. On an islet in the Bay of Martinez, perhaps. There are islets there, badly charted as they may be. The shot would have been a small miracle. 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A. The angle would have been extreme, and access to the islets is questionable.
Kim, do you think this shot could have come from further from the roof, Martinez?
From where, precisely?
Let's say boardwalk, Land's End, and the islet, maybe?
I see you have given this a lot of thought. Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance?
Much less than the roof, but still.
Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or sniper nests if we go down the coast. Rule these spots out one by one. It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going with the roof version. A simple hypothesis can be wrong, but it's something to build on.
Yeah. Because as I said, there's only one location that's probably likely to be that if it isn't the roof, and that's the boardwalk. Because as I say, there we've got some militia motherfuckers around here, but are they going to be like wings off a gnat's back snipers? I don't think so, especially if they're talking about drunken war crimes. So I don't think we're looking for Big Boss or Carl Fairburn here. Again, I've played Sniper Elite. Is it Carl Fairburn? That guy. Anyway. I thought of you.
Again? I can't believe this shit.
Spirit Decor. Did I just level? I did not. Boo. You calm down here.
It's you again. What is it?
Ah! Okay, I've talked to Classy, and now I need to talk to Ruby.
Why?
A civil war is brewing, and the only way to prevent it is to solve the murder. That means talking to Ruby.
Sounds like you want to push this steaming pile of shit on anyone. And now you pick Ruby. Well, not on my watch you won't. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit.
Oh, so she's one of you now! Oh, I thought she was a civilian before.
And fuck you too, moral fa-
He throws a glance at Titus at the last several leaves of big guy size.
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory.
Yeah, we do.
I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here. Think you could fuck off now?
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
From the corner of your eye, you see a little bird fly into the bush, right behind the window, behind Titus's back. Nothing is happening. The pieces are there, but they remain unconnected.
No, we can do this.
Sorry, you're not coming up with anything. Again, the pieces are there. She could have done it. Somehow. Something else. Walla walla bing bang. It's just not coming together.
Okay.
There we go. Your mind is a relaxed muscle. It's so nice and easy to give up, isn't it? On the downside, you have no idea what you were. Blissful idiot. Say something. You stood there for too long.
Gotta take off now. That's a predation check. Yeah, there you go. Alright. Wait, I'm gonna dead. Right then. So I think if we do the we have a look at the investigation along the coastline, try and find some gunshot locations. Check that church out, maybe. Before we go, let's see if Idiot Doom Spiral's out having a drunk. That's the church. That's not the Fisherman's Knacks. I'm sorry. We'll just keep back there. Plenty of time anyway. Doom Spiral out. Yeah, there he is. We'll talk to this guy and then we'll call it a day.
Tequila sunset.
There's your jacket. Fresh washed.
My jacket?
Yeah, the one you told me to clean the seagull shit off.
A look of consternation crosses the man's face. He looks at you, then at his bottle, then back at you.
What the fuck are you talking about, Tequila?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Rosemary, what the fuck is Tequila talking about?
Aye, that's the jacket you stole 2 weeks ago. From the kid who was making it with his gal on the beach.
That's disgusting. I've never done anything like that in my life. You're both delusional. Found. That's medium concept stuff.
It becomes abundantly clear to you how this man managed to lose his keys, business, friends, and girlfriend. I'm calling it. It's neurological.
I want to do some dark shit to get this for you. Take the fucking jacket.
You know what? Fine. Maybe I can pawn it for some booze.
Aye, good thinking.
More stories?
I do. But as you can see, my fuel tank is running quite low. If you catch my drift.
I already gave you some, I don't want to keep doing that.
Then I can't keep on telling the stories.
I kind of figured that was going to happen. It's like, well, we drank so much that we forgot what we were doing. Maybe he's done the same thing too. Now then. So we're going to clear it here. And we'll go sniping at something, I think. That will probably take us round the churchyard. We'll have a play around there. And who knows, see what we can dig up. But, yeah. Hooida. I personally think it's either, if it isn't the two girls, it's definitely going to be the politician or someone in that line of thing. Because I think, maybe looking at it, the angles, no, the angle's not right, isn't it? It's the other side of the courtyard. But he could have moved in. I'll tell you, there's plenty of fucking guns lying around. It could have been anyone, really. But we're definitely making some headway here. A lot more progress now. Shit is happening, and I don't know what the hell she's talking about. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next one. Hopefully we get more of this ironed out. So, legit.